happy birthday to my sweet mom. She is 72 years young today, and she called me this morning and said she wanted 72 points. I said, I don't know if we can quite make that, but we'll try hard. So happy birthday to my mom. When Leave It to Timber Ray said, we've never lost on my mom's birthday since I was born. Go figure that one. But anyway, just proud of our team, man. I tell you, 9-0, in control of our destiny is where we wanted to be. And I thought today they flexed their muscles, and it was kind of a statement game, if you will, of what we're capable of doing when we take care of the ball and continue to play with the type of effort that we've played with all year. So that was the best part about the day. We had a shutout and 0 turnovers. Puts us +2 on the year. So as we get into November here, we're heading in the right direction. So really proud of our team. Again, they were ready to go. We wanted to set the tempo for November. You know, we've talked all week about we've been at our best in the fourth quarter, and this is kind of getting into the fourth quarter of the season. So we started fast and really just didn't let up all day. Defensively, a dominant performance. Played a ton of guys and still was able to maintain the shutout. The story of the day, though, was the 3 picks, starting with Ryan Carter and then Cordray, and then, you know, the pick 6 with Muse was awesome. I mean, he looked like he knew what to do with it when he got it in his hands. So really just happy for those guys defensively to get that shutout and hold them to 279 yards. This was a team that's, you know, coming off 2 big wins over Virginia Tech and BC and had an open date to get ready for us. And I thought our guys just took that as a big challenge in preparing this week with the right mindset. Offensively, 555, just awesome. Deshaun was tremendous, 13 of 16, couple touchdowns, ran the ball well, just did a great job, and we were able to hold him in the second half, which was good. And we felt like we had control of the game, but Nick Schuessler, I mean, you know, to me, that's just such a great example to your teammates, because it's hard to prepare to start every week and then not get to play. That's a really hard thing to do, but that young man has prepared and prepared and prepared and prepared, and we didn't miss a beat. You know, he went right in there, and in fact, he was the leading passer, 170-something yards. So first time in school history to have 2 quarterbacks throw for 160 plus. So really proud of those 2 guys, and Kelly came in and continued to play well. We ran the ball well. Gallman was over 6 yards a carry. A lot of explosive plays. We missed on a couple early with Mike, but he came back and did a great job, had over 100 yards. And Deion Kane, a career high, 125 yards, couple touchdowns. Artavis, touchdown. So all those guys played well, but it all goes credit to the offensive line and how they were able to play. And really, I mean, I think we had a 95-yard, a 90-plus yard drive. I mean, those guys did a great job. Protection, and then also catching a lot of the movement and some of their run-stopping blitzes that they had inside. And then, again, great communication by those guys. So really proud of our offensive line. We were down through today, and, you know, seeing Pollard and Ankrum go in there and play well it's a big shot in the arm for us, you know, and it's great experience for those guys as we continue to move forward. And then our punt team, this was the #1 punt return team in the country, and I don't think they got anything hardly. So really proud of our guys and what they did there. But you know, for us, it's just continuing to try to stay on course and build momentum. We're back in the Valley next week and got a chance, because of today, we've got a chance to clinch the division championship. So that'll be our focus all week, a chance to get a 10th win and again, get a trophy. Our next goal is to win the division, and we got an opportunity to do that on Senior Day at home with a 10th win. And so a great opportunity for our team this week as we get back to work and get ready to go. So hopefully everybody's healthy. I hope that Syracuse's quarterback's okay. And, you know, I got a lot of respect for Dino and what he's doing with that team. But today, you know, our guys were just locked in, and it was a very crisp day all the way for 4 quarters. And we've done that at times, but not consistently for 4 quarters outside of Boston College. And today was just, a great way to start this month of November.
Marcus Edmond didn't play today. Was he held out because of his toe?
Yeah, just still nursing his toe, but he's making good progress. I mean, he's going to be fine. He'll be fine.
Can you update us on Deshaun Watson's shoulder and then why he didn't play in the second half?
Because it was 30-something to nothing, I think. What was it at halftime? 30 to nothing. It was 30 to nothing, and we had control of the game. We weren't going to, and he had a bruised shoulder. We weren't going to put him back out there and take a chance. Well, he was ready if we needed him, if we got in a bind, but we wanted to see if we could go and challenge those guys to, hey, go play, and let's see if we can, finish this thing. And but it was great. It was great to see Nick play and play well and continue to, when we picked right down the field with the opening drive of the third quarter, and that really kind of put him on ice for the rest of the game. And I think Gallman might have played maybe one series, I think, in the third quarter. And then we sat him as well. So, and that's the fun thing. I tell you, sometimes, I don't know what y'all were doing in the fourth quarter. Y'all must have all been playing spades or Uno or something like that, bored to death, I'm sure. These last few games in the fourth quarter, we've been holding on to our hat to the end. It was nice to have a game where we could have some fun and get a bunch of guys in the game and get some guys some experience. I mean, I think we played, I don't know how many we played, but we played a lot of guys. So most everybody that's not redshirting, for the most part, was able to get in the game today. And that's always fun. It's a little stressful in those situations in the fourth quarter because you're trying to make sure you got 11 and everybody knows what to do. But it's a great reward for a lot of those guys to get an opportunity to go play.
Nick also had led an impressive drive with 33 seconds left in the first half to get all the way down to, I think, the 23-yard line.
Great drive.
As you said, he didn't miss a beat in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that he's the number 2 quarterback at this point?
Yeah, he's been our number 2, all year long. As far as again, what we've said is depending on the situation, and that was the situation. We felt like that. I mean, again, what y'all saw today is what we see in practice all the time. Everybody likes to formulate their own opinions. But Nick Schusler has been tremendous all fall, all spring, and you got to give him credit. He's prepared. Same thing with Kelly. Kelly's, he's ready to go as well. So I mean, we got a good situation there, and I'm really proud of him. And again, that I'm glad you brought up that drive. That was and we had no timeouts and an outstanding drive down the field. Big third down. I think we hit Dion over the middle there, and managed the clock well. He just did a really good job in putting us in position to try to get a field goal. I know we dunked it off the bar, but it was a good hit, and Hugo hit it good. We just hit the upright.
You and players talk all the time about being one play away from being a starter. In Nick's position, he's one play away from replacing Deshaun Watson. What he showed today and what you've seen this year, and I mean, how capable would he be of leading this team if he needed to?
You saw it today. I mean, we just kept rolling. He's prepared to go play, and that's what you got to do when you're the backup. And I mean, he just grabbed his helmet and went to work. It was a pretty smooth transition. Made sure that knew Deshaun was going to be okay, and that was kind of neat to see him go right out there. They're over there. He was kind of having some like a stinger type of deal in his shoulder area, and next thing you know, you're in the end zone. So pretty comforting situation right there to see him go in there and show his teammates show confidence and for him to continue to build that confidence with how he performed. It was awesome because you never know. I mean, you got to be ready. I mean, that's just it's a great experience, that will pay off for us if we need him going through the rest of the season.
Ray warmed up today. Was he?
Yeah, he was ready to play. Same. We kind of went in with him, going to play him if we had to, hold him if we could. That was kind of our mentality with him. Just tweaked his ankle, but was ready to go. But hopefully he'll be 100% this week and we can get him back out there. But we wanted to try to, and we almost were getting ready to put him in because then Cornell pulls his hamstring. So dadgum, we felt good about Artavis and Cornell and the rotation there, and that's why we were going to go in with the plan of, hey, let's hold him if we can, play him if we have to, and then Cornell tweaks his hand. But again, we had control of the game, and old Seth Ryan went in there and did a heck of a job for us. It was good to see him go in and play well.
Speaking of Cornell, we saw him early and often. Was that the plan from the beginning? How do you think he responded to the opportunity?
Well, Cornell has really quietly had a very good year. He's going to be a great player. I mean, a really special player. And again, that we've got 3 guys kind of working at that 2-man spot, and with Artavis flipping in and out between the 5 and the 2-man. So that's why we were pretty confident this week. If we could hold Ray, let's do it, because he's so important to us, and let's make sure he's 100%. You know, especially with those skill guys, you get a little tweak in the ankle, and next thing you know, it can linger around. So, and with you got a guy like Cornell there, I mean, he's ready to go play, and he's played well when he's had his opportunities. It's just unfortunate that he missed a big chance today with a tweak. Same thing with Denzel. Denzel was all set to get some good opportunity today too, and he tweaked his groin, so he wasn't able to get the reps that we wanted to get him. But you know, I don't think anything's long term or anything, but just couldn't quite do what they needed to do.
It's the first bigger body of work of Feaster today. How would you assess?
He did fine, except for the last play. Kind of unfortunate, that last little deal. If you take that 10-yard loss plays right there at the end with all of our backups there, we called a play, and they didn't really know what to do. Those guys been over on the scout team, and that was on us. But he, you know, if you take that off, he was over 4, and I think Fuller was 4 something, and Gallman was 6 point something. So I thought they ran the ball well.
What was the earliest we've seen Tavian in a game? Has the light kind of come on from him, just from an understanding of the offense standpoint,
Yeah.
pass protection, that sort of thing?
Yeah, he's just improved all year long, and again, you know, we had a good opportunity within the flow of the game to get those guys in there, and you know, we were in rhythm and sync, so it was just a natural flow for us. But proud of how all those guys played, and really proud of our offensive line. Thought they did a great job.
Deon Cain has obviously been a great player since he's been here, but his ability to stretch the field, I think the 65-yard touchdown, he was behind the defense that was trying to keep him from getting behind them. How much does he impact the offense when he can open things up downfield the way he does?
Well, you got a 1-2 punch. I mean, you take Mike Williams out and you bring Deon Cain in. I mean, it's a challenge because they're just 2 really strong players. And Deon, you know, he just ran right through. I think they were in a cover 3 right there, and he just ran right through the corner. Corner tried to get his hands on him downfield, and he just ran right through him. He's a strong kid. You don't realize how strong he is. He's got explosive power. He's not built the same as Mike, but he's got that same explosive power and strength. And he's just playing with great confidence. You know, he's playing with great confidence. A little too much confidence on the. You know, I told him you're not back at Tampa Bay Tech now. All right, these boys can run too. Sometimes you got to take a 0 play. Let's don't get a -8 play or whatever on that little screen. But just trying to do a little too much. But he's really put together a nice run here as of late, playing well. Some big catches, and that was a good thing to see today. We threw the deep ball very, very well. We were right on point. We dropped. Mike had a drop touchdown early on the first field goal, and then I think the ball just got blurred a little bit on him, and then that other deep ball. But then he came back, made some great catches. So, you know, I thought D-Dub threw the ball well. Nick threw that last one that Nick threw right on top of Deon on their sideline over there was, man, that was a spectacular throw and catch by those guys.
Do you think, you know, going through what he went through with the Orange Bowl last year and where things played out over the spring, and I know you talked a lot about wanting to see a more mature Deon Cain. Do you think he's sort of been out this year to try and write a different narrative publicly of what people think of him and who he is?
Well, I don't think there's any question. I mean, he's disappointed and embarrassed about last year, and he's done what he needed to do. That's why he's playing. He wouldn't be playing if he hadn't have followed through. I'm incredibly proud of Deon. He has worked really, really hard to because, you know, when you have situations like that with young people and it's public, you know, it's unfortunate, and you know, because people form their own opinions and things like that when you're kind of in the public like that. But you got to own it. It's just that simple, and it's how you respond. And he has said he's taken ownership and just again, came back, didn't let him go through spring, and told him, hey, you're going to have to earn it. If you want to be here, you're going to have to earn it, and here's what you got to do. And he did everything, did a great job this summer, and we've had zero issues with Dion. I mean, he's been just awesome, and just really proud of him. I mean, this is what we envisioned for that young man, and he's been a great teammate. He's been a guy that's shown up to practice every day. He's prepared very hard each and every week, and then he's got a teammate like Mike Williams. You know, Mike wasn't there last year, and so he's had that opportunity to play alongside Mike. Mike's done a great job with him, and then for us to be able to have those two guys at that position and just kind of roll them in and out, you know, that's a full day's work for the opponent.
In Dion's case, his personal growth